expansive with you wherever in the world you are today. And I want to welcome you back to the healing space once more again. This is your healing space, a space that we have ultimately cultivated for each other to demystify the illusion of health and to support each other as we go through this human existence of a lifetime. Thank you for being here as per usual. You already know that I appreciate your existence. I appreciate you coming into the space and holding that vibration so that we can continue to build throughout this human experience and journey together. Okay? Now, last night was quite an amazing build, but I was kind of at the limitations of my devices. Like didn't have enough battery, didn't have enough battery life. So we had to call our session to a close last night. But I'm here with you tonight so that we can continue the build. All right. So let's give everybody some more time to truly really tap in. Greetings, greetings, family. Greetings. Welcome back to the space once more again. All right. I'm currently on YouTube Live. As you already know, TikTok. Last night I was banned off TikTok again. So I cannot go TikTok Live. So right now it's just gonna have to be Instagram Live. So I can't go Facebook Live. I can't go TikTok Live. So I'm just left with YouTube and Instagram for now until I figure something else out. Also, I am gonna ask you that you go to my page and you click that notification bell, right? And also for you guys to join the Discord. Okay, join the Discord. It is our personal health community where we don't have to worry about the whole bunch of censorship and this and that. We can just share information freely. And I try to cultivate the space within the Discord to where it can serve you better in terms of like being more resourceful in that sense, and I'm very big when it comes to like the PDF books, so I try to put up most of the books that I own on there so that you can have access to it so you can start to delve into information yourself, right? Do your own personal research and increase your own knowledge and so forth. Okay, so I do say come into the Discord. I'm thinking about I'm gonna look for some kind of a blue light reduction. I just don't want to put no glasses on. I was thinking about buying like a blue light glasses, but I don't know. I feel like glasses, like I just don't fuck with glasses. Like I feel like it makes you look hideous in a way. Not to say for other people, but me personally, like put a glass, like to wear glasses is giving like doctor, like doing something to sort of lessen the blue light coming from these devices. So I was I was on Amazon scanning through and I see this like screen protectors you can put over your devices. Can anyone tell me if you tried it is it legit? Like have you put on any kind of a blue light screen protector over any of your devices and found that it reduces the strain of eyes? Let me know. Put me on. Let me know. Put me on. Okay, but I definitely need something. Because I was staring at the screen so frequently, you can feel the pressure in my eyes each and every time. So yeah, all right. Let's give everybody else some more time to tap in before we get into everything. So hold off on the questions right now. Okay, hold off on the questions and wait until we're actually ready. I am going to be opening up the lines again tonight. Okay, so we're going to be opening up the lines more frequently like we used to do. All right, so you can call in and you can ask your questions and we can get into it. All right, just give everybody else some more to tap in. Now, for the family within the YouTube spaces, so I was eating chickpeas and cayenne pepper, and that cayenne pepper is just going crazy right now. I'm gonna be making chickpeas and dinosaur kale. That's what I want to eat tonight. So I got like a bunch of dinosaur kale left in the refrigerator, and I got some chickpeas that I just boiled that I was eating with sea salt and cayenne pepper. I am gonna put it together. I think this is gonna be my final meal as we're gonna be preparing for the fast. Now, as you guys know already, the new year begins in March. So I know for a lot of y'all, you've been, kind of like depleted your energy in the whole fake New Year ritual. Oh, Happy New Year. New York City, the ball drop. You was online celebrating. Happy New Year. It's a new year. It's a new me. right? I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, so at this point, the ritual is kind of like set into your mental pattern, you know. So yeah, that's okay. Okay, you're not ready to wake up yet. You're not ready to live in the truth. You still wanna, continue in your layers of lies, and that's okay. Because guess what? God have given you your own power of free will. So I'm not here to force you to acknowledge the true New Year. I'm not here to force you to believe in the truth. The truth is there. And like Morpheus says, you can take the blue pill or the red pill, right? You know, you can take, literally, get up and believe whatever you want to believe, right? Anyway, for those of you who've been delving more deeper into the knowledge, the awareness, aligning yourself with that of which is true, that of which is actually you can find a correspondence in nature, then you know that the real true new year is March. Because March is like spring. Okay, you see nature literally initiates itself into a new cycle. After all the 4 seasons have completed their run, you see everything start to go into a reset. And even for the Native Americans, that's how they were able to determine that, oh, it's a new year, because you literally see nature initiating into a new cycle, right? It goes to show you how human beings are so brainwashed. The fact that people swear believe that it's the new year in the dead of winter. That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Imagine people were convinced to believe that it's a new year in the dead of winter. It's crazy, right? Happy New Year, it's a new me. Oh my God, it's a new year. Happy New Year text to everybody, right? And especially for the people who were talking about, oh, it's a new year, it's a new me. In 4 business days, they're back doing the same shit that they were doing before. Delusional, right? Delusional on all levels, all planes of existence, they're delusional. But I'm not here to make you feel bad about the fact that you're a victim to, you know, hypnotic suggestion and MK Ultra and brainwashing, but still, there's no nice way of me telling you that you've been subjected to an illusion. There's no way that I can put it to make you feel good about what happened. So I just tell you straight up what it is, blunt. I know some of you take offense. You try to act like, I'm the villain in your story for telling you the truth, but somebody got to tell you the truth. I know some of y'all, you like when people tell you stuff sweet, soft, be sweet with you and soft with you and none of that. Okay? Over here, you're going to get the raw truth. Either you deal with it or, you can block me or whatever. Okay? But I'm always pop up in your timeline regardless with some truth to hit you, and you're just going to have to confront it. Or you can keep running. There is a lot of people who keeps running. It keeps running. Like, I have people that, is like, over the years, I was trying to convince them to eat healthy, to get out of their disease circumstance, and they were just running away from it. No, you need meat for protein, bro. You need this, you need that, right? And listen, they keep running away from the truth, and I'm like, okay, keep running. But then guess what? After a couple of years, after them doing exactly what I told them to stop doing, right? And they end up going to the doctor now, and the doctor is like, hey, listen, right now, you only got 6 months to live, right? All of a sudden now, that shit shakes them up. It shakes them up to wake up to reality. Now they want to call me, oh, guess what, bro? I haven't ate meat in 4 months. I've changed my life. I've been fasting, right? But remember, 3 years ago when I was telling you about fasting, you're looking at me like I'm crazy for telling you to fast, talking about how that's not healthy and you need food and you can die if you don't eat no food. Remember? It was all fun and games, right? It was all, oh, you eat rabbit food, bro. Oh, your food look like what comes out of the bottom of my lawnmower. You remember all them jokes? Remember all them jokes you all had, right? But now, look at you now. Now you're calling me to tell me, how you've been not eating dead animals no more and you're eating healthy now. What? Because the doctor told your ass that you got 6 months to live. So so basically, damn, that cayenne pepper is really trying to detox me right now. Oh, hold on. Okay, that sounds better. Cayenne pepper is vicious. And you want to know what's funny? Like, I kind of knew that I probably should eat cayenne pepper before we get on here, but that chickpea was looking so good. I'm like, nah, I gotta have this with some 90,000 Scoville heat unit cayenne pepper, right? But I was saying though, isn't it kind of crazy how it takes your life to be on the line before you're willing to actually love yourself or do the right thing and eat properly? It takes your life to be on the line and you being on the verge of death before you're actually willing to go do something for yourself. That's what I be talking about. Most of y'all, you lack self-love. You lack self-love. You just don't love yourself enough. You get what I say? And by the way, for anybody who's on IG, can you share this live for me? Thank you. Share this live for me. Okay, remember I'm still dealing with the whole shadow banning thingy, and I'm suppressing of basically you already know how they do me over here. So yeah, how do you eliminate eye bags? Going to sleep. Try to live a life of less stress. You can apply castor oil basically, right? But that come from stress. Eye bags that come from stress, and also you not getting enough sleep. Okay, and you'll see like in this modern day society, a lot of people do end up with like eye bags or dark circles around their eye because you're living a life that depletes and drains the life force out of the human organism basically, right? Constantly night shifts, constantly under stress, worrying about the next bill. Like society, they really keep citizens under this umbrella of survival mode where every day you're in a rush. Like, have you ever been to New York City and see how everybody moves? Like, you have like rush hour. Everybody's like mean mugging on their face, angry. Is rushing to get to somewhere, and nobody even have a smile on their face at all. Like, nobody naturally happy or joyful. That's kind of crazy to see. When I came from Jamaica and I visit New York City, I was like, wow, what is this? Because I'm coming from somewhere where you see the farmer just walking from his farm to go home, and he's just naturally smiling and happy and just chilling. Ain't got to rush to go nowhere, nothing to stress about. I personally believe. Okay, let me not even use the word believe because this is not a belief. This is a knowing. Because when you believe something is when you don't know something and therefore you're putting together a conclusion of what you think or a possibility. That belief kind of fall on top of those components. So let me not use the word belief. Let's say knowing. I know for sure that, right, living itself, to say that, hey, living, it's built upon the foundation or the components of happiness and joy and peace of mind, or what we call inner peace. So you see, if you're living a life where you have no inner peace, you have no happiness, and you have no joy, you're actually not living. That's not living. You're walking dead. Don't they have like an American show called The Walking Dead where everybody moves like all the zombies, right? Because if you're living a life and you can't experience the joys of life, that's the frequencies of what brings excitement and purpose and a feeling of connectedness, a feeling of expression. When you feel connected to these kind of energies, right, you're somewhat connected to the symphony of the universe and it becomes a stimulating feeling. And that feeling is what we call life. Because remember, ultimately, Life is a feeling, right? To be alive is actually a feeling. Think about it. Life is a feeling. It's not a thing. Life is not a thing. It's not a place. It's a feeling accompanied by an experience. So even right now you're alive, you can feel alive. You see? So life is a feeling. Now, if you're living a life and you can't get to feel joy, happiness, and peace, you're walking dead. Like people who you see moving around and it's like, yo, the light's on but nobody's home. Okay, they're just dragging themselves along, going through the motions of life day to day in survival mode, eat some food just to get by. They're doing just enough just to get by, but they're like an empty shell. They've been broken. They've been broken from the past, whether from relationships, whether from trauma. And now they're moving around like an empty shell of their former self. Just fragments of what they used to be or who they are, right? And that's a broken individual or a broken person. And that person is a walking dead. You see, you need to have inner peace. You need to have joy, right? You need to feel love, joy, basically, and inner peace and happiness. That's what it means to actually be alive. If you're not experiencing those, then generally you're walking dead. Okay? Generally you are walking dead in that case. All right. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? So it's 11 o'clock. I'm probably not going to be on for super, super long, but I definitely wanted to come into the space to connect with y'all. Right. I can see that there's a lot happening in the reality right now in terms of like with the whole thing going on. Most people's attention is so snatched up by the whole thing about what country versus what other country. And my whole take on this is to realize that anything that's outside of your control, you should not be internalizing it. Right? Like I've been on social media for the last couple of days and I just been observing everybody's reaction. Right? And I see how people listen, citizens have just become cheerleaders. They're just cheerleaders. Okay? Who chose what side versus who chose what side versus who's doing what. And that's all they're doing. Just coming on the internet, internalizing whatever they're being shown to the very same fake media again and becoming cheerleaders and whatever not. But let me ask you a question. On a spiritual soul level, is any of this serving you or doing anything for you at all? I mean, you can't see that it's a waste of your energy and a waste of your time and a waste of your attention. You have to understand and realize that what you're seeing, what you're observing happening in the world right now, is entities consuming other entities. Okay? Because corporations are entities. A corporation is a corpse. That's why whenever you try to register a business, it's called a business entity. Notice this stuff is rooted in spirituality. You guys just don't possess the knowledge to understand what's happening here because again, only thing you know is what you were taught into school. You're not trained on metaphysics, occult knowledge, esoteric wisdom. You have no, you're locked out of that. You're locked out of all that body of awareness of information. So you can only perceive reality on the base level based off the level of your perception and the information that been fed to your perception that you use to formulate your reality that comes from other corporation that want to keep you being a mental slave. So here you are today, you have no idea what the fuck is even going on around you. So you've been reduced to a cheerleader. Most of y'all, you're just cheerleaders. Okay, watching the world stage are just cheerleaders. Just like when you go to celebrity concert and you become a part of the ritual and you're the one down there cheering the whole thing on while your energy is being sucked up and siphoned and eaten up and becoming a part of the whole ritual. Same thing that's happening right now. So what you're observing is entities versus other entities. Okay, this is the true what we call Attack on Titans. Let me break it down. Now, a lot of y'all, you're more familiar with the anime called Attack on Titan. But do you know that the reference of that anime comes from occult definition? How many of y'all even knew that? You thought that, oh, Attack on Titan was just about, some giants or whatever. And no, it comes, it basically, it borrows the concept from like the Nephilims, like the Nephilim giants, right? And the Nephilim giants, the Nephilims are also the corporation, which are the big company. For instance, like AT&T is a titan. It's an you see on an astral plane, it's a whole entity that is that. You look at it on a physical plane as, oh, that's just a phone company that I hook up my phone service on. It's actually an entity, but you guys are not ready for that knowledge yet. You're not ready for that conversation. So we're going to leave that right there. But what I'm trying to bring to your awareness is that a corporation is a corpse, and these are titans. For instance, when you go down into New York City or Chicago or whatever big city, Miami, and you see skyscrapers all the way up into the sky, those represents titans. Okay, those are titans or Nephilims, basically. Okay, so corporations or titans. So what you're experiencing right now, where you may have what seem to be like a country versus another country, these are just titans or entities that are trying to consume each other. Okay, that's how even to say it works on the astral plane, where demons or entities, they try to consume other entities to basically become strong or become more powerful by eating that entity, swallow that entity up, right? Absorb its powers and its energy, and it becomes more powerful and becomes more of a dominating force. So generally, any entity that consumes that consumes a lot of other entities, it absorbs all of their powers and it becomes super strong and super powerful, and it becomes dominant. Now I know that that may go over a lot of y'all heads, okay, because you just don't understand what the fuck is he talking about. Some of y'all, you know what I'm talking about. You get it. um, the average person is not gonna get nothing I'm talking about. It's just gonna sound hocus pocus. But this is what you're seeing taking place in the reality right now, where you have titans that are consuming other titans, which are large corporations versus other large corporations. Okay? Generally, it's really none of your business. I mean, what are you going to do about it? It's outside of your control. That's what I'm saying. For most of y'all, you're reduced to just being cheerleaders. What are you going to do about it? All you're going to do is come online and have opinions. What you think, and oh my God, or they should do this, or yay, go get them. That's what I've been observing. But that's the only thing you can do. All of this is outside of your control and outside of your power to do anything about it. Because what? You're just a minion that serves under these corporations anyway. You see what I'm saying? You already been, the corporations own you. And we clearly tell that even during 2020 when everybody went and took that stuff. You become properties of corporation. It shows that you don't have any willpower of your own. You don't have any sovereignty of your own. You don't have a mind of your own. You're hive mind. You see, so you're just a minion. And that's one of the reasons why the Titans can send people out to send the minions out to be sacrificed for their cause. Do you get it? Now I want you to think about it with these Titans. Notice whenever these Titans are waging wars with each other, they themselves never enter into the conflict. They themselves also never send their own children, but they'll send your children. You don't find that fascinating and interesting? Think about it. When these titans are going to war, which are large corporations versus other large corporations, do you notice how they never send their children? They will never send their children. They send your children to be the sacrifice for their cause, right? That goes to show you what we're dealing with here. So all these things are rituals. If you look at it on a physical plane, because you're in a lower state of consciousness and you can only see things from the aspect of physicality, you're just going to see it and emotionally react to what's going on. As you already know, most people even lack emotional intelligence, and they get emotional when things doesn't meet their expectation or go against their expectation. So that's just how most people look at it, right? React to it emotionally. But if you can see it on the spiritual plane, you can clearly see that, oh, these are corporations going against corporation. It has nothing to do with you, really. They don't even care about you, basically. And they will never send their own kids to go do, but they'll send your kids and send you there to go die for their cause. So that goes to show you that you're just a meaningless minion of no importance. They don't even value you. They literally don't value you at all. You see, you're just like waste matter that they use like a pawn. Y'all are just pawns. Same thing when you come on social media and everybody, you become cheerleaders. Watching Titan verse another time, you become cheerleader. You're just a pawn. You're just a minion. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I say to you, ultimately, right? Everything goes back to the work that you need to do on yourself. Okay, all this externalizing shit or internalizing things from the external that is outside of your control, how is it helping you? How is it benefiting you? How is it contributing nothing to your life or your growth or your potential? What you need to be doing is working on yourself. You're worrying about what's going on in another country and what they're doing. You don't even know who you are. If I ask you who you are right now, you can only give me a name. You don't know who you are. You know nothing about yourself or the world around you. You're unhealthy. You've been here for the last 20, 30 years and you're still unhealthy. You have not even attained health and vitality. I want you to think about how unaccomplished most people are within the sphere of their own existence. You can't even control your own mind. You don't even meditate. You have not attained health. You have not attained control over your mental faculty. Your spirit man or your spirit is weak. You get what I'm saying? You're not tapped into nothing. You're lost. You do not have listen, you do not have the vacancy or whatever not to be focusing about shit on the external. You got work to do because you got work to do. You see what I'm saying? So all this external shit outside that's happening that you can't control, that's outside your control. Why even focus on it? So the best thing you can do right now is not internalize external shit that's outside of your control. That has nothing to do with you. You're still gonna have to get up tomorrow and figure out how to pay your bills and figure out how to survive. Okay? So why are you so in tune with all that other shit? You're just a pawn and a minion to the Titans anyway. You're not valued nothing. They see you through the lens of you being a worthless skin suit that just do what they want you to do, basically. This is the reality of life. As I said, a lot of people, you've not come to the realization of the world that you came into. Okay, you came in here, you started getting into the whole entertainment and the television and the low vibrational music, the low vibrational food, jump into some sexual activities and you gossip and you drama, you fight with your brothers and your sisters, you become an egomaniac and you grab onto a fake religion and you find a job and that becomes the highest extent of your human existence. You see what I'm saying? You came into the world and you bought into everything that they sold you. Never once did you question anything. Never once did you express independent thought or think for yourself. You just bought into everything that was sold to you. You see what I'm saying? And here you are today, still a victim and just a little puppet on a hamster wheel. I don't think you understand the nature of the very world or the very society. Let me not say the world, because generally if you wake up tomorrow and all human beings vanish off the planet, the earth and the world remains a beautiful place. Nature would restore itself. The animals will literally take care of everything else. So in a sense, even if you think about it, you can say human beings have become like the cancers of the earth. And this is a fact. Aside from the indigenous people, aside from the original and the indigenous people, human beings in today's society have become somewhat like a cancer to the earth itself. See? So you basically you pollute the waters, right? You use up all the oils. In fact, in esoteric teachings, you know that the crude oil is actually the blood of the earth. The oil is inside of the earth for a reason. Okay? The volcanoes use it and everything. The ley lines, like the oil inside of the earth is the blood of the earth. So in somewhat, the fact that we live in even in a society where we're constantly needing oils and oils and oils, we're burning out the resources of the very earth to live an artificial life. Remember, indigenous people live in alignment with nature. They didn't destroy forests. They didn't go through cutting down the forest to get paper and all that kind of stuff. You see? So I want you to see how You extract all the oil, you cut down the forest, you kill the animals for sport. Like I go on YouTube and there's multiple YouTube channels of people who just goes to Africa and go to place just to kill animals for sport. It's really fun for them just to shoot animals and kill them just for sport. You see what I'm saying? So this society have become somewhat like a disease or a cancer to the earth itself, where it destroys everything that's sacred. It pollutes the water. For instance, take a look at mercury. Mercury is one of the most dangerous heavy metals that affect people in so many different levels, right? And as you can tell, they even put mercury in the dental amalgam of your teeth, or like getting a tooth filling. These people are so evil that they take a heavy metal and put it inside of people's teeth. And 100 years afterwards, people start realizing that they were being deliberately poisoned. Wait a minute, did you guys think that when they put the mercury tooth fillings in your mouth, they didn't know what they were doing? They know. They did it deliberately to poison you, right? But aside from that, notice how even the ocean is polluted with mercury. That's why even if you're buying sea moss, okay, like even with my sea moss and or sea moss that we sell, right? Basically with my people who harvest the sea moss, they also get the sea moss tested by a third party to ensure that it's not polluted with any heavy metals like mercury. We know that when it comes to eating seafoods, right? Seafood contains a lot of mercury. Like tuna contains a lot of mercury, right? Lobsters contain a lot of mercury. Crabs contain a lot of mercury. And basically that's a pollutant of the ocean. That's pollution by means of human beings basically polluting the elements. If it was not for human beings and the society, we wouldn't have to deal with mercury pollution, basically. The waterways, everything is polluted. You see what I'm saying? So yes, human beings of society of today have become like a cancer to the earth itself, where it destroys everything. So we get up every single day to live a life, a artificial life, which is a artificial construct. And we believe that all this shit is so important. Okay? It's not important. It's not real life. Listen, if tomorrow you get up and all the human beings miraculously vanish off the planet, the earth restores itself. Okay? In like a year, nature will just take its course and take back over everything again. Everything goes back to divine harmony. So we know that it's our artificial construct of society and how we live, which makes the world to be such an evil place. So it's like I've been trying to refine my terminology of when I say like, yo, the world is an evil place or a wicked place. It's not the world, it's society. Okay, I had to check myself real quick and stop using that terminology saying, yo, the world is an evil place. The world is perfect. The world is lovely. It's the societies within it that are the ugliness, that does the evil doings, that does the destruction. Anywhere you go on planet Earth, you find the indigenous people that live in alignment with nature. They don't destroy nature. You see? But notice this artificial society. Okay? Y'all be cutting down millions of trees just to go make apartment buildings. Think about that. Millions of trees just to go make cities, smart cities. Who the fuck wants to live in a smart city? But then again, I guess you guys want to live in it. Because notice how you guys are so attached to these phones and cell phones. If you get up tomorrow and social media goes down, most of y'all, you lose your mind, you lose your shit. Because you don't know what it's like to actually live in real life. You live in a false perception of reality via internet. And that's why a lot of people, when you meet them in real life, okay, the idea of them that they project on the internet does not reflect who they are in real life. They're a completely different person. This online shit have gotten too much. Y'all don't know what it's like to live real life. You're attached to this digital shit. Grown ass man sitting down playing video games 4 or 5 hours for the day. Go create something, go build something, do something with your hands instead of pressing a button. Go build something. You get what I'm saying? Go farm, go grow some food. That's what we're talking about. So now you can see why they're flattening down the forest to go make smart cities because it's like people these days just want to live a digital lifestyle. It's kind of like even like, not to say that I want y'all to be like talking to me all the time when you see me in public, because sometimes I'll just be busy getting what I got to do done. But a lot of times listen, a lot of times people will see me, right? And then hit me up on Instagram or Facebook and be like, oh yeah, I saw you at the store today. If you see me at the store today, say hi. How you gonna see me at the store, but you gonna go back home to get back on social media to come and text me? You're not living real life. If you see me in public and you want to say hi, say hi. Don't see me in public then talk about, oh, I saw you at the store today. What type of shit is that? You see what I'm saying? You Now, I'm not saying that every single time I'm out in public, I want to talk to a whole bunch of people. Because a lot of times, like be too much. But still, get back to real life interaction. The social media, internet shit, smart city shit, smart cell phone, all that, it's not real. It's an artificial version of reality. Okay, this whole stuff about being in a metaverse, projecting your consciousness instead of a simulation. Now, I want you to think about this. What sense does it make, right? What sense does it make for you to be projecting your consciousness instead of a simulation when you have not even figured out this simulation to begin with? Think about that. You're over here projecting your consciousness in a simulation, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's Twitter, whether it's on Twitch or whatever. Think about what I'm saying here. You're projecting your consciousness 7, 8 hours of the day inside of a artificial simulation. Somebody coded these apps. But you have not figured out this simulation yet. Think about that. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you at. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Most of y'all, you're worshiping some false idols or false gods. You worship celebrities and you worship false gods. You don't know what your purpose is. You get what I'm saying? If I ask you, who are you? You give me your name. But who were you before your parents gave you a name though? So if you have not figured out this simulation, why are you projecting your consciousness in another artificial simulation? Now, I'm not saying that, hey, we can get on the cell phones or nothing. I'm not saying that because I understand that it's via the same technology as to why we can be here interfacing with each other, even though we're from different parts of the world. Okay? It's still kind of cool that we can get on here using the technology just to connect with each other. That's kind of cool. Really, really cool. But it's not real life for you to be projecting your whole consciousness in it and acting like, hey, this is reality. No, get back to living real life. Be in the felt presence of immediate experience. The felt presence of immediate experience. Okay? So when you're actually in real life breathing, you're hearing the trees swaying in the wind, the waterfalls running down, the birds singing. That's being in the felt presence of immediate experience. Not this shit. It's a simulation. Most of y'all parents, I'm very disappointed in you. Let me just tell you straight up. Not only do you poison your kids with ice creams and cotton candy and tricks are for kids and frosted flakes, thousands of grams of processed sugar, which destroys your kids' immune system. Not only that, right? But the fact that you give your babies a fucking tablet to go sit in the corner and play games and being on YouTube Kids. That is not how you raise a child. Okay? What type of parenting is this? Every kid has a tablet. And it's kind of crazy because even in my own family, I saw all the little kids got iPhones. 5 years old, 6 years old got iPhones. For what? They don't need to be on the internet. Your kids should not be on the internet at that age. Wait until they at least become 16 or 17 years old. You see? Because what? You open up their mind to be polluted by everything you see on the algorithm. You don't understand how predictive programming works. As a parent, it is your job to protect your offsprings, to nurture and protect them until they reach to a certain level of maturity to where they can start to navigate life on their own. But instead, what do? You expose them to the same predictive programming, the same mental distortion, the same garbage, the same sexual contents and porn on the internet. Why the fuck does your kid has an iPhone, not even 10 years old yet? Got tablets. What are they doing on the internet? Artificial version of reality. You see, I really miss the 90s, growing up back into the 90s when we was outside playing with each other for real. Okay, the girls was playing hopscotch, jump ropes, that skip rope thing, whatever you call that. Okay, the boys was playing like crickets, was playing football. We're interacting in real life. You see what I'm saying? But now, take a look around. All the kids is in a corner in the house just on a tablet. That's not real life. Y'all are fucking up. Let me tell you straight up. Big time fucking up. You like this generation is really, really gone. You know, I remember when my grandmother used to read the Bible to me. As I said, I do come from a household where, you know, my family, they're heavy in Christianity. So even though I'm not a religious person, right, but I still understand the principles and the teachings of even the Bible, and I know what to take and how to understand it without being indoctrinated, you know, to a delusional level like most people. But I remember when my grandmother used to have me sit right beside her, okay, and she used to read the Bible. She's like, oh, come sit, come sit. Like, I couldn't say no. Like, whatever my grandmother says, I used to do. So, you know, and she read the Bible, and I remember she reading a chapter. I don't remember the exact chapter, but it was talking about the generation of vipers. Yo, it is so crazy because she read the Bible and she says to me that, hey, all of this is gonna come to pass. Okay? She even talked about a topic which I'm not going to mention here because I just know that people are so emotional they can't handle the truth, and there's certain groups of people that may feel attacked by you even mentioning it, so I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, but for most of the things that I see happening here in the reality today, where a lot of people is just so confused and so lost, you know. And I remember she even talked about, like, you know, like even parents versus their own children. She called it the generation of vipers. And yo, it is so nostalgic and so creepy, the fact that I'm like, damn, this is the shit my grandmother was talking about. This is the generation of vipers. Listen. I'm very big on positive affirmation, right? And also seeing the beauty in everything, and not allow myself to, you know, to like bathe in the negativity of things. That's kind of like how I was taught to manage my mental faculty. And it doesn't matter like what I'm going through a life, always keep a positive mindset because that's a reality that I'm trying to manifest, right? However, okay, it's kind of like, I don't want to say that this is the worst generation ever. That's what I'm trying not to say something negative about the generation, but it's like, yo, in comparison to all generation before this, I have to accept the truth that this is the worst generation ever in existence. In comparison to the others, based off integrity, based off harmony, based off love, right? Based off authenticity, based off morality. This is the worst generation. Think about what I'm saying. It's the generation of vipers. Every single year, it's kind of like society becomes a worse and a worse place, right? You have more violence, right? More rape, more war, more destruction. These days, you have men versus women. I come online, all I see is men versus women, which is weird. When I was growing up in the 90s, I never saw none of that shit. I never saw no male versus female and parents versus children. I didn't see none of that. Now you come online and it's just men versus women and baby daddy and baby mama drama and everything else and the whole nine. Listen, I'm more like an ancient soul. I'm like an older soul that's already graduated multiple levels of reincarnation. Okay, I can tell you that based off me understanding my own energetic signature and my own energetic blueprint. Like even when I was born, I always have a certain level of awareness, like an unshakable knowing that it's not my first time reincarnating in lifetimes. Okay, I'm more like an ancient soul in that sense. So it's like, but I kind of feel like, yo, this is my first time seeing or coming into a world like this. I don't think I don't have my memories of all my last lives or wherever I've been through into the whole universe before I got here. I don't have access to that memory right now. Okay? Maybe whenever I figure out this Akashic record thing, I'll probably know some shit. But as for right now, just like you, I don't have no memory of what happened in the last life or the other existences before this one. But I kind of feel like this is one of the worst incarnations I've ever been in. I don't think I've ever experienced anything else, anything like this before. This one is different. Okay, this one is different. This is unlike anything my soul has ever experienced before. Okay, that's why in some cases, sometimes I'll be talking to myself in meditation. I'm like, yo, you know what? I can't believe I'm in a world like this, but hey, maybe this is training. It's my first time coming into an experience like this. Let me see what I can learn. Maybe, I'm pretty sure that my soul already knew that life was going to be like this before I got here. But my soul knew that, hey, you have the capability to overcome all these challenges and go through all these distorted frequencies and still maintain your wholeness and your authenticity and your inner power and fulfill your purpose. So I kind of have that strong willpower and belief in myself because I know that in anything that my soul puts me through, it knows that I contain the capability of moving throughout those frequencies and keeping myself whole. So that's kind of like my foundation of believing in myself in anything that I do. Doubts cannot live here at all. You see, because I'm in touch with my inner power, if that makes sense, right? So that's kind of like one thing that allows me to just stand firm because I'm like, yo, this is a crazy place. How the fuck did how did I get here? But then it's like the other side of my consciousness is like reaffirming to me like, hey, okay, well, you're here because you know that you could have handled this. So my higher self knew that, hey, I'm going to put you through some shit, but you got this, you can handle it. So you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like relay on that, knowing that, okay, my higher self knows that, yeah, you know, he can handle the mission. It doesn't matter how or hard it gets in there. You know what I'm saying? He can handle the mission, basically. So yeah, so this is what it is. But I will tell you that viewing the world through my lens or seeing the world through my eyes, this is a crazy ass place. I know for a lot of y'all, because of you've been medicated on fluoride, you're a victim to MK Ultra predictive programming, and they already got you. So for a lot of you, you don't have access to an expanded level of awareness. Your awareness level is so limited to the point where your perception is like a very small bandwidth in comparison to reality. So most of what I'm talking about or how I'm seeing life, you're not going to be able to basically connect with me or to understand where I'm coming from. For a lot of y'all on here though, okay, you have a very broader awareness bandwidth, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying. You've always known that there's something wrong with this world from the moment you got here. That's the thing about us. A lot of us, we've always known that, hey, something is not right. You see, a lot of y'all that's within the space with me all the time, they call you the black sheep of the family. You've always been different because you can see the world through a different lens. You're the one most of the time trying to dissolve the generational curse. Okay? You're the one who became the alchemist and transmute your trauma into power and your pain into power. You're different. You see? You're like cut from a different cloth. You're part of the family, but you're the one who's like cut from a different cloth. There's something unique about you. There's something extraordinary about you. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you always knew that, hey, I'm different. Okay? We call this the it factor. We call this the it factor. There's something extraordinary about you, but you just can't put your finger on it, right? Other people can feel it too, but they don't know what it is. But they can sense that, hey, there's something different about this one, right? but you just can't put your finger on it. You yourself know that there's something different about you, but you don't know exactly why. It's a feeling, but you just know, but you can't put your finger on it. You can't touch it. It's untouchable, but it's there. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all, you've always known from the moment you came into this reality, you've always known that something is not quite right, and you've always been able to see life differently from everybody else around you. You were never able to fully fit into the world because everybody else can fit into the mold, but you're not moldable. You are not moldable. Even though you went to school and you were subjected to the same levels of brainwashing and programming, but it didn't work on your consciousness. It never worked on your consciousness. While everybody else fall in line, you see, and become a parallel and become like everybody else, you stand out. There's just something different about you, something extraordinary. You see what I'm saying? And it's a reason for that. You carry a unique energetic signature because guess what? You're the change. Your existence represents the change itself. You're like a ripple. You're like a ripple or a wave in the sea of consciousness in a sense where you're different. You carry a unique energetic signature or a code. And that's the reason why you're the one always trying to fix the generational curse in the family. Notice everybody else in the family, they don't give a shit. They just be doing the same shit. They're a byproduct or a victim of the same generational curse. And you're the only one who's trying to fix that shit. You're the only one who can see it. And they have a saying that, hey, if you can see it, it's because you're the one that's supposed to initiate that greater change. It's the reason why you have the vision to see it. You have the eyes to see it because you're the one. Like in the Matrix when they say Neo, Neo is the one. Okay? You're the one in your bloodline. You're the one. You're that Neo in your family lineage. You're the one that's going to basically break the generational curses. And best believe, if you think that you can just come and break the generational curse, nah, your family, they're going to fight you. You see, just like in the Matrix, the whole Mr. Smith, they're going to fight you. They're always going to fight the one that tries to break the generational curse. Always. And because you're unique and you're different too, you're going to go through some shit. Okay? Also, a lot of y'all, you find that no matter what job you work, somebody's always finding a problem with you. Like you never fit in anywhere you go, right? You notice that? Doesn't matter what job you work. Never fit in. Always somebody finding a problem with you because you're different. You carry a different energetic signature. You get what I'm saying? Also, a lot of times, just by you being yourself, living in your authenticity, right? It agitates other people. Just by you shining your light. It irritates the shadows in other people. So you'll even find that even by you just shining your light, your natural radiant light, just you being yourself. You don't even care about what nobody got going on. You just be focusing on yourself, trying to figure your own life out. And best believe there's people who envy you, jealousy and envy. I know a lot of y'all, you've experienced that. Listen, all of that is because you carry a different light. So I want to let you know that, hey, if this is you, listen. For those of you that I'm talking to, you know I'm talking to you. You're going to feel it. You already knew. You've been new. You always knew. So this is going to resonate with you. For everybody else who, what the fuck is he talking about? Then it's not you. It's not you, okay? It's not you. But those who I'm talking to, they know themselves. Okay? They know themselves. So here's what. That very same energetic signature that you carry. What makes you extraordinary? Okay? That's an energy that's here for a purpose. And this is what I'm saying. You need to go within to go figure out what your purpose is. You're not like everybody else. You always knew that you're different. But you can't put your finger on it. So how are you going to figure it out? You need to figure out what that energy is about. What's the purpose of you being born right now in existence? What are you supposed to do with that energy? Now, hear me out. let's dial down into this some more because I want you to kind of get what I'm saying, right? So clearly right now, if you're on IG live with me, if you're on YouTube live with me right now, obviously it's because both of us and all of you right now is experiencing this very current lifetime with me right now. Obviously, you wouldn't be here if you didn't have a physical body with physical eyes to see me and have ears to pick up on the frequency coming off my vocal cords. So right now, we're interfacing with each other. So I'm alive and you're alive. We both have a physical body and we're here right now. Okay? I just want to make this clear. Why do you think you're alive right now? Or I'm alive right now? Nothing is a coincidence. Do you think that this is somehow like an accident or a Big Bang theory, all that bullshit that they've been telling you all in school? Now, my question to you is this, right? You could have been born in 1920 and lived your life and passed on already. You get what I'm saying? You could have been born in 1930s and probably would have passed on already like most of our elders. Notice, your grandparents is not here right now. Think about your grandparents, your uncle, probably even your parents that's not here right now. Now, you can look at it through the lens of like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that they passed away. I mean, all of us, we experience loss of loved ones that we were not ready to depart from yet. However, I want you to view this through a different lens, okay? I want you to view this through the lens of people come and people go. Everybody comes and they have a human existence of a lifetime, and whatever circumstances that they leave, leave. Think about it, if nobody dies at all. It's kind of like, not to say that the whole world would be full, but probably, okay, because even right now, even just like in New York City alone, it's so much damn people to the point where you can't find a parking space, right? So what I'm saying is, the natural rhythm of life is that people born and people die. Everybody gets a chance to come into the human experience and then they leave. So again, I want you to hold the energy right here. I want you to hold this thought process, okay? Because sometimes it can be somewhat a little hard to explain this, but I want you to see it, okay? So what I'm saying is this, right? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. Everybody comes into the human experience and they have their lifetime and then they leave. Now, I was not here in 1930s. I was not here in 1940s. I was not here in 1950s. I was not here in 1960s, 1970s, whatever. You see? Where was I? Would you say that I was dead because I wasn't born yet? No, because that's kind of stupid, right? But obviously, I just got here the other day, right? So in a sense, my mother and my father uses the material from their body to create a vessel for me, right? And basically, I decided, or my higher self, or my soul, whatever, or God decided, what in whatever context you want to put it. I decided to basically come into the human experience by means of me being provided a vessel. Get what I'm saying? And the vessel matures, and obviously I need minerals and food and stuff to feed the vessel, and now I'm here with you. So at any point where I move back out of the vessel, am I dead? No, that's stupid. You get what I'm saying? Just like how if somebody isn't born yet, think about all the babies that's going to be born tomorrow. So right now, that spirit or that soul, are they dead? No. They simply exist in another dimensional space, but not in the physical. They have not created the physical world as yet. Are you kind of copying to what I'm saying? Now, obviously, you're going to have deeper questions. So where are they at then? I don't fucking know. Okay? I don't know everything. I try to learn as much as I can, but I don't know everything right now. Okay? So clearly when it comes to the non-physical world or the spiritual world or the universe or the cosmos, that's a whole body of knowledge that most of us don't have access to. Let's just say what the fuck it is. A lot of these people wanna give you a fake religion and act like they know what's going on. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Let's be real about it. Nobody knows what's going on. The universe itself is so vast. It's hard for you to conceptualize the universe by way of your logics and reasoning mind. And goes to show you what I'm saying, to show you how real this is the fact that even intuition, you can't understand intuition by using the reasoning mind. Intuition is higher than the reasoning mind. So imagine you trying to use your left brain of logics and reasoning to try to understand God and the universe and the cosmos. It's not possible because the very existence of your logics and your reasoning is a byproduct of the universe itself. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that you can't even understand intuition from the reasoning mind, how are you going to understand the whole cosmos and God and the universe? It is too vast for you to understand from using logics. It's not possible. You get what I'm saying? So with all these fake religions of people trying to act like they know what's going on, oh yeah, this is who God is. God is a man. This is bullshit. In fact, in all ancient civilization, esoteric knowledge, esoteric wisdom, God is more off to be a woman. It's a divine feminine energy called Sophia or the monads, if you know anything about the Gnostic texts. So that's kind of like even backwards in how they teach you all this religion. They demonize the woman. Oh, Eve bite the apple, that's why you're born in sin. It's always trying to blame the woman, right? And then, oh, a man is God, all that kind of a bullshit. It's fake. Anyway, not to go off into that tangent. I was just trying to give you some context to the very same conversation that we're having to try to derive meaning. Okay? So what I'm saying is nobody knows what the fuck is going on. So don't ask me, so where was you in 1970 or 1960 when he wasn't born yet? I don't know. I don't have the access to that awareness right now. And in a sense, I guess it kind of makes sense why we don't have our memories coming into this reality. Because it's like, if you remember everything that happened last time or your last life, probably life so what's the word I'm looking for? Because remember, the whole point about life is that you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's like the element of surprise. It gives life its colors and its meaning for the fact that you have curiosity. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You get excited if something good. You probably get upset if something doesn't go in alignment. The whole point of life is that you don't know what's going to happen. It's the mystery that gives meaning to life. You get what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that's the reason why the universe or God, whatever you want to call it, design it to where, hey, when you come back into an incarnation, you're not able to keep your memories with you, or maybe you have faint memories, which I guess go into the alignment of what we call deja vu or nostalgia. Okay? So no, I don't know where I was at in 1970, 1960, 1950, but I'm here now. I know I just got here the other day. You get what I'm saying? So, my whole thing is this. Observing the rhythm of life or the nature of how life works, it seems as if people get to come in. People come into the reality, into the human experience, but after a while they leave. Because the physical body also seems to have its limitation, right? Especially if you're eating trash and garbage food and you're depleting your sexual energy and all of that, you become weak even before time because you're not even nurturing the very temple of God. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying though, everybody comes into the physical, you get to have a human experience, and after a while, you gotta leave. Okay? Now, we know that there's a lot of celebrities and government officials that have accumulated a lot of power in the physical reality, and they try to eat children and drink children's blood because they're trying to stay young. They're looking for the philosopher's stone and shit to stay young forever so that they can reign in their monetary power. You see what I'm saying? But realize that generally you come into the human experience and after a while you have to leave. I want you to see this. So what happened to the people from the 1700s, the 1800s, the 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s? Even though I have elders that's born 1950, so we're going to leave the 50s out of it. Okay? Are you kind of get what I'm showing you here? The physical reality is constructed where you come in, you have a human experience, But after a while, when the physical body is not able to hold the spirit anymore, to ground the spirit within the physical plane, the spirit have to move back to the astral plane. So even when you're dreaming at night, that's you on the astral plane. That's the real you. This is just the vessel that you're in right now, which grounds you on the physical plane. That's the reason why whenever you eat crazy food or you damage the physical body, it affects the mental body and the astral body. That's why when you eat certain food and stuff, it affects you spiritually. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we come into the physical world, we have a human experience. After a while, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. That's just the way how it's designed. Now, to support the topic of the conversation, I'm saying to you is this. Since you're here right now, don't you realize that this is your opportunity for you to experience the human experience? And you have a purpose, because nothing is created without purpose. So that energy that you feel, which makes you extraordinary or what makes you different, that's in alignment with your purpose. You get what I'm saying? You have to go within and ask your soul the deepest questions to your own existence. Who am I? Where am I? And why am I here? What are my gifts? What's in alignment with me? What should I be doing? But imagine all you do is on social media every day. Netflix shows. Oh my God, Tyler Perry movie coming out. Celebrity concerts, worshiping fake idols. Grabbing onto fake religions. Getting initiated into secret societies and cults. You're lost. You've not spent no time within yourself to try to commune with your own soul. You've never went within yourself and spent enough time and try to figure out, hey, why am I alive right now? What am I here to do? What's in alignment with my energetic signature? You see what I'm saying? And so it goes back to my other question. You could have been born in the 1800s, but you wasn't born in the 1800s. And even if you did and you're coming back for the second time, well, it's for a reason. You could have been born in the 1930s or 1940s, but no, you're born to be here right now. You see what I'm saying? So right now is you're getting the opportunity to have a human experience. And so it is your time to somewhat shine in whatever capacity your energetic signature allows. This is your human experience. So what are you here to do? You're telling me that this is your time to have the human experience, and the highest expression of that existence is to eat processed food, worship fake idols, fake religion, watch porn, and fight with your brothers and your sisters and be a puppet to the media and the news? Seriously, you're telling me that this is the highest extent of your human existence? This is it? This is what you came here to do? Eat processed food and garbage food and be sick, mentally deluded, popping honey packs, drinking Hennessy and Don Julio on the weekend, smoking hookah, smoking cigarettes, jacking off the porn, using sex toys. I mean, this is it? You're telling me that you don't have nothing extraordinary to offer? You came here to do this. Like literally, this is what you came here to do. And this is it for your life. That's all it is. You've reduced your whole human existence and potential just to do this shit that everybody else does. Do you see how crazy that is? Do you see how crazy that is? As I'm saying, most of y'all, you're not grounded in reality. But mostly you're not grounded in your own soul. All this external shit doesn't really matter. You must go within yourself and figure out the deeper mysteries to your own existence and why did you come here. Remember, the soul uses the body to express its will. What are you here to do? You see, I'm here with you every day because this is what I came here to do. Notice you don't see me do anything else? It's what I'm gifted to do. I was gifted with a mental faculty that can absorb large bodies of information, to synthesize it, break it down. Also to get wisdom from divine intelligence straight from source. I don't need to read books and watch YouTube videos to learn or know nothing. It comes directly from source. Sometimes you guys ask me a question and you be thinking that I even know the exact answer. Sometimes it's the moment when you ask me the question that I got the answer immediately from source. How do I explain something like that to a person who just go to school and believe you need to get knowledge from a textbook? I'm the book. What you talking about? My DNA is older than any book. Your DNA is older than any book and any Bible, any religious books. Or your DNA is older than that. Remember, the very blood that's circulating towards your bloodstream right now, where did you get it from? You get it from your parents. And that came from your grandparents. And that came from your great great grandparents and your great great grand, your great great grand, your great 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 grand, great 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 grand. Go all the way back to millions of years. The very DNA and the blood running towards your body right now is encoded with the memory of the beginning of civilization. You see, if you start to meditate and eat properly and start to cultivate your energy, you start to tap into those DNA. We know that you have something called gene expression. Even the food that you eat, you can unlock a gene expression or suppress or shut down a gene expression. Anybody who studies the DNA knows this. So there's so much more to life and who you are and your potential. But every single day you get up and you jump on social media, eat processed food, and do a whole bunch of bullshit that was programmed in you to do. You gotta go deeper than that. You gotta go within. You're looking for God outside, looking for attention outside, looking for love outside of yourself. How about you cultivate self-love for yourself? Why do you think so many of y'all like just jumping from relationship to relationship? You're looking for love outside while you have not cultivated that very love inside of yourself. Love starts with self-love first. You're trying to pour from an empty cup. If you don't got no love for yourself, how are you looking for love outside? You see, you need to cultivate love within you, and naturally you will attract its equivalent. That's how this works. You cultivate self-love, it will grow and expand. Naturally you will attract its equivalent. Somebody will even see you loving yourself and want to come to help you to do what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? All this shit looking for external energies to fulfill you, it can't fulfill your void. You have to fill your own void by being present within who you are, embracing your energetic signature, and living in your purpose. All right? So that is what divine intelligence want. This is the conversation that needed to be had tonight. That's just about it. Okay? I'm gonna call our session early tonight. I do have some chickpeas that I wanted to cook, but now I'm actually thinking about probably I shouldn't cook it right now because I shouldn't be eating this late at night. So what I say? And my eyes are a little bit tired from the blue light. All right. But here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I want to cook anymore. I was gonna cook, but yeah. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna end this live, right? I'm gonna end this live, save it, and I'm gonna come live again. Then I'm gonna get on the phone. We're gonna hook up the phone line, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions. Okay. So I'm gonna end this live and save it. Okay, just because I noticed that whenever we're having like a very deep level conversation, right? They like to pop in and cut us off out of nowhere. You see, they do spiteful shit like that because we know that they're listening and they're watching. That's what they do. Also, I'm gonna ask that you guys, when you go to my profile page, hit the notification bell. I also would love for you guys to join the Discord. Based off the nature of the conversation that we be having, it is not accepted in the Matrix. Okay, I'm one of the most shadow banned, suppressed person that I know of right now on the internet. On all platforms, that's how they do me. They remove the sound of my videos, they block me. Even right now, I can't even go live on Facebook or TikTok. You know, we got 1 million followers on Instagram. It's never more than 150 people here. Think about that. There's over 990,000 people that don't even know that I'm live right now. You get what I'm saying? Because what? The nature of the conversation and the information that we're sharing with each other, it goes against the system. They don't appreciate that. They don't like that. So they shadow ban you to limit your reach so nobody gets to interact with you. So it does take effort for me to stay connected with you, and that's why I ask that you go to my profile, you hit the notification bell. Some people told me that even though they hit the notification bell, they're still not being notified, but let's see. I don't know. Okay? So let me end this live, and I'm going to restart the live again. I'm going to open up the phone line so that you can call in and ask your health questions, and we'll get into a whole nother session. Okay? And I'll think about if I want to make the chickpeas or not. So I'm going to end this live. Join me back in exactly 1 minute or 2 minutes, because I got to end the live, then save it. Going to take me probably like a minute to save it. Then I'm going to be live again, and I'm going to be taking your questions over the phone. Okay? So, we all you're kind of used to the whole toxic stuff. So for a lot of people, it's hard for them to stay within a high vibrational space because what? They love drama, they love gossip, they love stuff to giggle off. This is not the space that we do that. Everything that we share here is about your evolution. It's about you making that upgrade, becoming a better version of yourself, connecting to your own soul, finding your purpose in life, mastering over your mental faculties. I am not here to play around on the internet. Okay? If we're going to be connecting on the internet, we best be here building up on something positive and something more harmonious. Okay? So I can understand for a lot of people who love the entertainment, they love the gossip and the drama, that's what you come on the internet for. This is not the space. This is only for the beings who are looking to, stimulate their evolution. All right? So, all right. So I'm going to save the live. Join me here in exactly 2 minutes so I can continue to answer your question. Let me just save this one. Okay? And also, when you go to my page, hit the notification bell so whenever I'm live, you get notified. Hopefully they're allowing that feature to work on my behalf. All right? So let me end the live and we're going to start again. Now, for everybody within the YouTube space, okay, I want you to understand that so YouTube tends to, it's a little bit different in terms of like I can't really see the comment section unless I click on the screen. Live chat. And then basically on YouTube it doesn't really stay for a long time. Okay, it's not staying for a long time, so it's like the chat keep disappearing. And I tried everything, but it just doesn't work. Like I wanted the chat box to stay, and it just does not stay. Okay, some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Chat options. See, the chat option is not giving. Let me see here. What's this about? Okay, let me share this here. So I'm saving the Instagram live really quick, only because they like to once we're having like higher levels of conversation, they like to basically come cut everything off. Okay? They like to cut everything off. So all right. So boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's done. Let's go live again. All right. Let's go live again here. All right. Healing wisdom. Our wholeness tribe, wholeness. So we're back into the space once more again. Welcome back to the healing space. All right. Greetings. Okay, okay. So you guys see how some people is just not even seeing this for the first time? Look, there's people now that are coming in that didn't was not even here before. You see how that works? So it goes to show you that when we go live for sure, some people just don't get to see. Now, can anybody confirm with me if when I went live just now, when you hit the notification bell, did you get a notification that I was live? I just want to check to see if it's working. Greetings. Wagwan, greetings. So okay, so for everybody who's just now coming in, I've been live for like the last hour. Okay, and I end up ending the live and coming live again. So yeah, they're kind of not showing everybody that I'm live. Okay, so Goddess says she got the notification bell. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, tribe. So for everybody who's coming in right now, I am gonna ask that you go to my page and hit the notification bell. Because based off the shadow banning and the suppression, the only way you're gonna know when I'm live is if you actually hit the notification bell so it actually notifies you. Otherwise, you're not gonna know. Okay? Yes, I did and always get the notification. Okay, Goddess. I just got the notification. Okay. Okay, so I guess that part is working. So now I guess on every live I'm gonna have to remind everybody to go and um, hit that notification bell. I just got it now, but not before, and my notifications are on. Okay, I see. Okay, so Sherry says I didn't get the code. I have notification, but not before that. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, I seen your message that you were on, but I searched you and it didn't say you was. Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I kind of figured that there was some kind of a foreplay going on for the main fact that it is not possible for a million people to be here, but whenever I'm live, it's never more than 150 people. That's kind of like hard to believe. There's a lot of people that's here. So how is it that where's all the 900,000 people? Where they at? You get what I'm saying? Because okay, so I've been to other people's page and stuff that even have like say 200K followers, right? And when they're live, it'd be like 400 or 500 people there. So how is it that we have a million people here, but it's never more than 150 people? That doesn't even make sense, right? And but what I was actually experiencing before that was they'll remove the sound off my videos. So like when I start to go back down to the videos, like a year ago, 2 years ago, like all the sounds are just miraculously gone, right? In that sense. So yeah, these are the kind of games that they play. And ultimately, I did come to Instagram after being banned on Facebook. And Facebook owns both platforms, so I can see why they're like, okay, he's on a different platform, but let us just limit his reach. And it's kind of crazy because I had to pay for the verification only because a lot of people were getting scammed. There's people out there that were taking my videos and making fake pages and hitting people up talking about they offer readings. And it's kind of crazy, like how you guys even fall for that. Do I look like do I look like a person who do tarot cards and give readings? You've never seen me or no shit like that. Every time you see me, we're here getting our health together, right? So there were so many people getting scammed, and then they're hitting me up talking about, oh, um, you never text me back after I sent the money. And I'm like, what? First of all, I don't even ask people for any kind of payment. You have to go to my website or either my Cash App or something or my Zelle if we're doing consultation. So what are you even talking about, right? And they'll send me a screenshot. I'm like, send me some screenshot. I'll see some number I never even seen in my life before of whoever scammed them out of their money and stuff. So because of that, I was like, you know what? Let me go and pay for the verification on Instagram so that people can find me officially and not get scammed by fake pages. And it's so crazy because even when I report the fake pages on Instagram came back saying like, oh, that like they can't delete those pages because they didn't violate. I'm like, what? I clearly select impersonation, but apparently Instagram doesn't remove those pages, right? So it's like I'm paying. I think it's like $15 a month for the verification while they shadow ban me at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm paying you money to use your platform while you shadow ban me at the same time because I'm sharing information that can help people to get healthy. Like, why is that such a threat? Crazy, right? But anyway, all right. So we're back in the space anyway. Welcome back to the space. If you're just now coming in, I am going to ask that you go to my page again and hit the notification bell. Also, if you can share this live, I will deeply appreciate if you can share the live just so that it can increase the visibility so my other followers can know that I'm live right now. Okay, because what I be getting like the next day, people be like, "Oh, I didn't even know he was live. I missed the live." Like, I'm like, "Yo, I don't know what to tell you. It's not me." Okay, so if it allows you to share the live, could you share this live for me, please? I'll deeply appreciate it. And let's get on into the build. So I'm gonna open up the lines and I'm gonna allow you guys to call in. Now, keep in mind that it can get a little bit hectic. Okay. Now, when you call in, keep it at one question. Keep it at one question, not two or three, because other people's trying to call in as well. All right. And what's the other thing? Also, if I'm on the line with somebody on the line, it's no point calling me if I've already picked up the call. Is it? So just wait until I'm done and I accept the other caller. And I know sometimes a person may try to call and then I didn't get to answer, and by the time for them to call, somebody else call. It can get like that sometimes, but I'm just trying to do the best that I can with the system right now. Okay, so I don't want you feeling some type of a way or nothing. Plus, you can always just join the Discord, right? And you can leave me a message or hit me a message in the Discord or ask a question in the question room. But we're gonna connect regardless. Okay, so let me set up the system and I'm gonna start accepting some calls. Now, you know what? I might actually cook the food that I have. So I got me some boiled chickpeas that I was eating earlier, and I got a whole nother thing of like boiled chickpeas, and I kind of want to saute it with some black kale. That's what I was thinking about. Very, very good quality too. Very good quality. So see, I have chickpeas in here that I boiled. So I'm planning to saute my chickpeas, freshly boiled and everything. And these are the organic chickpeas that I got from Greece. You know, I really like Greece chickpeas. So I want to saute it with the black kale and have that. Can we call in WhatsApp? Yes. Not yet though, but yes. The number, it works on WhatsApp too. So you can call from anywhere in the world via WhatsApp and it'll come through on the line as well. Okay? Let me set up my diffuser. We're about to get into the space right now. Hook up my diffuser with some essential oils. So essential oils are good for aromatherapy. So aromatherapy, obviously, it can put you in a nice, very calming mood. Can put you in a state of relaxation. So here I have my frankincense essential oil. We're gonna put 6 drops of frankincense essential oils in here. I bought this off Amazon for like 13 bucks, But you know, Trump kind of went up with the tariff, so you can't get it for that price no more. But it was very cheap, very cute, very cheap and cute. I was like, yo, I gotta have that, right? Natural bamboo, right? And what I really liked about it as well, so what I really liked about it is that, see, I could change I could change the lights to whatever light I wanted. Hold up. See, I can put red light. What light is that? Okay, why is it not changing this time? I don't know. Okay. But see, different color lights. That's green, blue. I be liking little stuff like that. Okay. Purple. That's fire. Like, what are we talking about here? You see, it be simple stuff that makes me happy, like literally, simple stuff like this. Um, I don't need a lot of stuff in life just to experience some joy and some excitement. It be small little things, right? Even like the other day, I got some nice little chopsticks with some design on the back of it, right? I got me some chopstick with that unique design, and that makes me happy. I do not need a lot of stuff to be happy. You know why? Because I'm fulfilled. I'm fulfilled. I have inner peace. You get what I'm saying? So let that do its thing. All right, Tribe. Now, for everybody within the YouTube space, you're not going to be able to hear the conversation that we're having here. In fact, you know what? Maybe. Well, you know what? I'll just leave the YouTube on, because I was gonna just end the YouTube and let everybody on YouTube come over to Instagram if you want to hear the conversation that we're gonna be having, because the or device for YouTube is not connected to my system, so you're not gonna be able to hear the conversation that people are asking in that sense, right? So I guess I could just end the YouTube and you come over to Instagram if you want to immerse into the conversation, but you're not gonna be able to hear it. So you're gonna be somewhat left out. It's gonna be like you know. So come over to Instagram. For people on YouTube, come to Instagram. Come to alkaline_jungle. Its verification is the only Instagram page that I have. Okay, so come over to Instagram and let me end YouTube so that you can be immersed into the build. All right. So hold on. Let me end YouTube real quick. All right, so everybody on YouTube, can you go over to alkaline_jungle? Join us on the live, and I'm gonna shut off on this side of the screen. Okay? So I'll see you very soon.